Now look, this is one of the biggest moments in this firm's history, and if it goes through, then I could be the youngest partner ever. No, look, Walter put me on this case for a reason. Well, look, if that's the only time that they can meet with me, then that's gonna have to work. No, I'll call a cab for Pilar, she'll forgive me. We still don't have a name picked out for the kid yet. I'm pushing for James Jr., but the wife thinks it's cliche. All right, yeah, okay, thanks. Just let me know. All right. Excuse me.
Jim?
It's James. Who's asking?
It's me. It's Kyle. Kyle Sampson.
I'm sorry, I didn't recognize you. I'm just a little on edge, but how are you doing?
All in all, I'd say I'm doing just fine. Oh, don't worry. No big deal. I'll be fine. Say, you haven't changed at all. Except for the James thing. Are you still living in the city?
Yeah, actually, I'm working for Phelps and Smith, the law firm. Actually, we're on a huge case right now that might land me a partnership. Youngest in firm history.
Yeah, I overheard that. I also heard something about a kid? You didn't get married, did you? You said you never wanted to get tied down to nobody. I guess times change.
Yeah, I guess they do. So, what about you? Are you still trying to become the next Steve Martin?
Steve Martin's a sellout. But if you're asking me if I'm stuck in a cubicle 9 to 5, 5 days a week, well, if that's what you're asking, then it really has been too long.
It really has. Well, hey, look, I gotta get to the meeting, okay? But I'll come right back and we can reminisce some more, okay?
Yeah, sure thing.
All right.
How did we get stuck with Kyle on our team again? Kyle, you are the worst fourth grade soccer player I have ever seen, and you just scored in your own team. Why don't you just go home?
Hey, Kyle, wait up. Don't you want to keep playing? It'll be more fun now. I promise. I won't ask you to play anymore.
No,
It's okay.
I never really liked soccer anyway.
Yeah? Who needs it? You need your hands to do everything else. Why not that? Hey, you want to go play some tetherball or something?
Yeah, that sounds like fun. Okay, let's go. I'm sorry, honey. I just met up with an old friend of mine, okay? Just please try to relax. You'll be home tomorrow with your little James, okay? Excuse me, can you tell me where Kyle Sampson's room is?
It's right there, but the doctor's in there right now. It might be a
Why?
while.
What's wrong? Kyle told me he was doing great.
I really can't discuss this. If he was truly your friend, he would tell you himself.
Kyle is septic! Get in here now!
So I was thinking of asking Nadine to senior prom. What do you think, huh?
I think you shouldn't waste your time, much less your money. What is this fascination with love in this society anyways? I don't think I'll ever get married.
Whoa, who said anything about getting married? Just mean I want to have a little fun before I graduate, you know? Well, hey, look, it's getting late, so maybe you should head out.
Well, actually, I was thinking I could just stay here tonight.
Again?
I mean, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, it's fine by me. Just go ahead and call your parents and let them know, all right?
Oh, they won't mind. It's okay. Hey, are you excited for graduation?
Yeah, I mean, I'm nervous, but I mean, college sounds like so much fun. And I'm going to Harvard, just like my dad. It's been my dream for as long as I can remember. And I know it's far away, but oh, it'll be like nothing else in the world.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I just can't wait to take my act on the road. It'll be no time before I'm opening for Carlin or Rickles. I mean, but I basically can't wait to get out of my house. I mean, I'm sick of my parents, and I'm sick of teachers, and I'm sick of school, and homework, and tests, and jocks, and cheerleaders, and cafeterias. And I'm sick of everyone who doesn't know who I am and what I want to be. I mean, my dad thinks that comedy is a joke. He wants me to go work for him at his shop once I graduate. It's like, it's all he can think about, his cars. It's like he doesn't even know me.
I think that sounds just like you. Hey, let me know when you headline Carnegie so I can be in the front row, all right? Kyle. Hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing fine. How's your wife?
Oh, she's asleep for the first time in a few days. You mind if I sit down? Yeah. Well, how have you been? I mean, like, what have you been up to for the past few years?
Well, after you left, I started doing open mics around town. I heard that's how you get started in the business. But after being dropped 5 weeks in a row, I got a little bit discouraged and got a part-time job flipping burgers. Why didn't you ever come back to visit?
Well, I kept meaning to, but I got a summer internship in Boston that kind of took up my whole life, you know? And I met Pilar in law school. She was waiting tables to put herself through art school. I think you'd really like her. I wanted to get a job out here, but I got that offer from Phelps in Boston that I just couldn't turn down. Been there for 3 years now, and I've been promising Pilar a honeymoon for just about as long. And I kept meaning to call you, but you know how time flies. So hey, look, when you get out, let's do lunch. On me, all right?
Yeah, I'd like that. But I think you haven't talked to my doc.
No, they can't tell me much yet. You know that whole pesky doctor-patient confidentiality.
Red tape, that's the problem with this country. He says it's something new. Something he's only heard about. Basically, my body's giving up. But I guess I'm just as vulnerable as I've always been.
Well, I don't understand. How could this happen?
Well, after you left, I knew that comedy wasn't for me. I enrolled in the community college, but didn't have any money to pay for it. So I got a full-time job bussing tables at the Improv. And I met some new friends, but I lost my job. And as soon as I thought my life couldn't get any worse, I hit rock bottom. And I got really sick. But I didn't want to go to the hospital because I knew that they were going to call my dad. And he was the last person I wanted to see. But one night I passed out and woke up in this bed. They say that they called my dad, but he didn't answer. It's car show season, so he won't be back for a few more weeks. By then, I should be out of here. So, when do I get to meet your wife?
Oh, Pilar. Actually, she's probably waking up right now, okay? But I'm gonna go check on her and I'll be right back, okay?
Yeah, sure thing. You've got a kid to name.
Honey, I'm back.
Where have you been? I know you have a lot of work to do. Can't wait till we get home. This baby is our responsibility. That means you just as much as me. Now, I hate to say this so late, but do we need to discuss the relationship?
No, look, I ran into an old friend of mine. I just wanted to see what it was. Did I ever tell you about Kyle?
I don't think so, but hey, can you hold it for a minute? I need to.
You look like it, James. I love you, kid.
Did you contact next to kin?
We can't get a hold of any. He left a letter for Jim Coville, but that's it.
Hey, what happened to Kyle?
Who are you?
I'm his friend James. What happened to Kyle?
It was a new virus. It was the first we'd ever seen of it. He didn't have a chance.
No, there's always something that can be done, okay? Expect a lawsuit, big guy. I'll make sure your license is revoked and you never work again.
Wait a minute. Did you say your name was Jim? James, like Jim Coville? Because Kyle left a letter for Jim Coville. We've been looking for you for a while now.
It's been James for a few years.
Come along, nurse. Let's leave them be.
We'll be outside, darling.
Dear Jim, it's been a long time, I know. I'm sure you are a very successful lawyer by now. I just wanted to thank you for so much. Thank you for always sticking up for me when no one else would. Thanks for letting me crash at your house when I didn't want to go home, or even when there was no home at all. I've been meaning to get in touch with you now for about a week, but the doctor said they couldn't find a Jim Colville who was a lawyer. Anyway, If you are reading this, then it is probably too late for it to matter. But I miss you a lot. I wish you were around. I could really use your help, or even just your smile. The doctor says I have something called acquired immune deficiency syndrome. He says it's new and there isn't much known about it. He says if I would have come in earlier, I might have had a chance to fight it. But it's too late for that now. I just want to talk to you one last time before the end, and I guess this is close enough. I just hope you remember me. Otherwise, this might be kind of a weird letter. I've not forgotten you. I'm sure you were very busy, but I hope that didn't change you. I hope you're the same kind-hearted kid who doesn't care what anyone thinks. I know you used to love my jokes, or at least pretend to. This is the last one I wrote.
What's the difference between a comedian and a lawyer? One makes jokes, the other one lives them. He's gonna make a great opener someday. Good night, Kyle.